You're listening to the 2400 Block Podcast with Jonnyroobs.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 2400 Block Podcast. This is Jonnyroobs here in Orlando, the city beautiful, and I'm joined by my guest here, who's been like a brother to me, and it's so good to see him again after just a few years. Was it just a few years ago that we saw each other? Right, 2021, I believe it was. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay, you're on, Alvin. Sorry.
Oh.
Alvin is my special guest here today. Alvin
Hello,
from
everybody.
Orlando. Yeah, there you are, Alvin. Good to hear you.
Yeah, I'm so delighted to see you back here, brother, in the city. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So right now we're just winging it out with this podcast here, and I'm just getting to talk to you after so long. And so you just had work. How was work, buddy?
Oh, we're just trying to be ready for the upcoming holidays. Especially Disney is very in demand.
Uh-huh.
Comes Thanksgiving and then all the way to Christmas, New Year. We're expecting a lot of tourists as
Wow.
usual.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be very exciting at the same time, very busy.
Uh-huh. Got to give them a good presentation.
Mm-hmm.
A reason as to why they're spending all that good money.
Yeah, make them feel the magic of Disney, right?
Yeah.
The magic of Orlando.
Yes. So, Alvin, how many years have you been living in Orlando?
Oh wow. Dating back to 2006, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very memorable because it's the same time that when we came over here, we had that very powerful storm that happened in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
Katrina.
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, so actually would have been earlier if that didn't happen. We would have come in earlier than 2006. So that's why I couldn't forget that year. And so I think now it would be like 18 years since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we started like occupational workers.
Mm-hmm.
They called it H2B, so it's like kind of like an internship status,
Uh-huh.
but more of like a project employment by certain companies, and particularly the Marriott Group. So
Uh-huh.
they would always award us 10 months of work, and then afterwards we have to go home and then come back again after 2 months of resting and
Mhm.
preparing for the new busy season. So
Oh.
the rest was history. Now I'm just a regular resident, an official resident
That's wonderful,
of the
man.
city beautiful. Yeah,
Not too many people would get that kind of opportunity.
yeah. I
And you've
guess
been
it was
blessed.
destiny, right?
Yeah.
And it was more meaningful because that's how we met, right?
Yes. Wow. Way back in like 2008, somewhere around there, 2007, 2008, 2000, maybe 2000, part of 2009. That's when I left, of course.
Yeah, I never imagined that when you used to be hosting us,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you were the one that's actually residing here in Orlando, and then we would
Mhm.
come and go, and every time you would welcome us back, and we would go some places,
Yeah.
and now it's like you moved to a new state, and we changed the role here. So
Yeah.
now I'm just welcoming you every time you're visiting back,
Yeah.
and it's always a good reunion time whenever you decide to come back here.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys were like a second family to me, man. It just made me feel like I'm at home. Like I didn't even feel out of place.
You've always said that Orlando's your second home, so
Yeah.
I do believe that you'll be here eventually again.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend's been talking about it. We're hoping maybe we can make it here in 2 years. I know it's been the talk, but
Yeah.
maybe we're inching closer towards that into reality.
Well, you know it, brother. As they say, there's power in what you say, and of course, I'm sure that will be a reality, especially if that's what your heart calls for. So
Yeah.
you just will it, man. I'm sure you're gonna eventually make that happen, and we'll always be here for you. bring back the old times.
Yeah. By the way, folks, if you're listening, this is Roobs Got This. This is the audio version of the podcast. I decided to give it that nickname now. Yeah, okay. Roobs Got This. Yeah, that's the new thing.
Sounds very catchy.
Yeah, catchy. People listening. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. By the way, shout outs to the Couples for Christ, Singles for Christ chapter over there in Orlando. Yes. If it wasn't for you guys. Oh, gosh, I don't know how I'd be feeling right now. But, yeah, much love to you guys always. Yep. And I know who you are, too.
Yeah, you should see Jonnyroobs. I've never failed seeing him every time he comes by visit.
Yeah, and then also the fact of communicating through the years. Even there's some times of silence, there's always time of catching up. So I'm very honored always of just fellowshipping with him, whether it's talking to him here in person right now in front of me or just talking online or just him just singing a song, just like he did, during the Christmas holidays last year.
Yeah, the holidays coming again, so I wouldn't mind preparing one for you, my brother. And just for you also, friends, so even if you don't get to see Jonnyroobs personally, that's why he has this 2400 podcast. It's just like being with him personally, virtually though. So just keep in tune with all his podcasts the way I do. It's amazing. It's got nice episodes to teach you a lot of stuff, a lot of insights.
Yeah, a lot of insights, a lot of great personalities, like the one I'm talking to right now here. Oh, by the way, we were talking about something here, and we weren't even recording yet, but he talked about this really cool thing. Tell me about it. The one where you're talking about the minerals and the...
yeah. Well, I just decided to share to him this wonderful discovery that I have. Social media can be a lot of things, but the most meaningful way you could turn it into is... do it as a research material for you. So I tripped on this personality. Her name is Barbara O'Neill, and she's big on natural therapies. And the very few of what I've learned about her teachings is the things about Celtic salt. I think it's pronounced that way.
Yeah, Celtic.
Celtic. She says that it's the natural unprocessed salt compared to table salt. So this is the really healthy salt. And apparently, if you just take little pieces of that mineral into your tongue, then you just let it absorb it there for a while, and then drink water. So every time you drink water, just make it a habit to put bits and pieces of that mineral, and it will kind of like activate all the components that needs to be put into your cells, so that your fluidity or lubrication of your joints are properly executed or activated. And then also she has other teachings about other herbs. Also, one of them that I've learned so much about is cayenne pepper, just the cayenne pepper powder. The good thing about this is they're all abundant, and they're just commonly in your kitchen. And you kind of tend to take them for granted. You always think they're just for cooking, but you'll be surprised how powerful they are. And I guess because a lot of commercial stuffs are in the surroundings, so that's why they're not being promoted or not being paid attention to. So it's always worth sometimes to just realize that the best things that God gave us are all the natural ones that are just really right around the corner if you don't take them for granted and learn how to really put them in good use.
Wow. So how long you been doing this?
I think almost a month now.
And it's made a huge difference so far?
I feel it working with me because I've never been to any medication or maintenance drugs or manufactured pharmaceuticals because I always try to be active. And when you try to be healthy, it's just not about the physical things or aspects. You also have to make sure you have a good mental well-being. And that goes has something to do a lot with positive thinking, good social practice habits, and just really going for the basics. Like what they say: be content with the very basic things and simple things in life, and you'll be amazed of how peaceful it will be, because you don't kind of feel stress or pressure to buy this and that, because a lot of things really are very temporary. But if you see the abundance of your environment and just try to really appreciate their purpose, then you will be at peace with yourself. You'll just be very simple, so life won't have to be so difficult to deal with.
Oh, okay. By the way, where do you find these minerals?
Well, the one amazing thing too is because the personality that I've talked to you about has been very influential and credible. That whatever she utters of, like, endorses, just sells out. In fact, when I learned about that Celtic salt, I had a hard time trying to go around the areas here to find them on the grocery shelves. They're always out of stock.
Oh.
And it's just this particular store. They're really good on healthy products, which is sprouts. And I was just really lucky to find 6 remaining items. So that, of course, I didn't buy all of it, but I bought a couple enough for myself. So as much as I would like to say you can check them on leading grocery stores, it's not really the case anymore, because I think more than of her being convincing is a lot of people have attested to that it's actually happening, working well.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to share that, not to endorse it, because I don't get anything about saying that. But I'm just saying how really true to her word she is, because you can see how people are really, getting the benefit of it. That's why it's hard to find these days. Although I've also tried to analyze it, so it's not just it's not just the particular product, because generally it's a hand harvested salt. When you say Celtic salt, it just is Celtic because I think it comes from the European seas. But when you talk about the natural mineral salt, you can also just buy something that's hand harvested. In fact, I saw that in one of the groceries when I couldn't find the Celtic salt. It says hand harvested, which is the same description for a Celtic salt. But of course, I wanted to just get the one that the professional is actually talking about.
Yeah.
But I guess at the end of the day, if you're really having a hard time, you just need to really try to research on the components of it. If it's as close, like how you buy a generic drug.
Yeah.
So, so while it's there, or whenever you have the chance to find it, then grab it, because now it's considered treasure. That's how I consider it, because it works wonders for me.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to advise it on my mom. I've advised it on my friends. They looked it up online back in the Philippines, and they're just all trying to buy it from there. But cayenne pepper is very abundant. It's not scarce. You've seen that long time ago. So
yeah. By the way, folks, if you're listening, if you hear like someone in the background, he's had quite a day, and we're recording here in the hotel room.
Yeah,
and I'm over here at Alvin,
all the way. I mean, you just flew all the way from Illinois, right?
Yeah, we went to Illinois, and then we had a stopover in Nashville. And so we were there for like 30 minutes, and then we had to board the plane again, and we came here. It was like an hour and 12-minute flight. So it was fast, really. I mean, those almost 4 hours flew by really fast.
But you can see the passion for his podcasting. You see, he's find time to do this, and I'm so honored to be actually part of this remote episode, like an impromptu one. But that's always the best product when it's unplanned. So
Oh yes, unplanned episodes are always the best, and I do remember when I've had episodes that had me going through different locations, and then something unexpected happens. I still record myself. I still try to document the moment as it happens, especially from last year when I was in that Southwest fiasco and I was stuck in a hotel, and I was still able to record myself despite my mood, which of course was not really good at the time, but it was part of the story, and I'm just glad to see that solved and for us to go home happy afterwards. So it's just something to remember by, something to learn from.
And now that you've talked about this being a recording, I'm sure you're still gonna do some editing here, but to me it's like very free flow now and smooth going. So I'm sure Jonnyroobs will make up a really nice, interesting episode again for you guys. So watch out for more. In fact, I came over here to also volunteer myself to be part of his next holiday podcast. So
Oh, I love it. I love to see that
I
happen.
enjoyed that, man. I was so surprised when you had to patch in my mini recordings, but it was really very entertaining.
Yeah. It was a power-packed episode. It was full of everything, and then and then to have you sing along in between, just made the holidays even more better. Made my holiday better. Even going through all of that made me better. So
Everybody loves the holiday.
yeah. By the way, when doing these podcasts, I just love the rawness of it. Even just by us making mistakes here and there, that's the focal point of having these podcasts.
Yeah.
Not just the editing part to make it look perfect, but
Right.
just us taking this time right now to just fellowship and talk.
Yeah,
having
it's like
a conversation.
the podcast version of reality shows, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, here we are. We're now approaching 17 minutes. Not bad.
Oh, you see?
my last two podcast episodes of Roobs Got This are usually just 30 minutes long. So I think this is about to hit that trend.
So what did you actually do from the moment you landed on the airport? You head straight to was that your favorite restaurant, or you just
The Rock and Brews?
Yeah.
No, I stopped over there before
Okay.
with Reese, and we ate over there, and we I don't know if you remember the mother and her son that was with us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
So yeah, we just went over there, just ate.
Okay.
But then there's this other restaurant that we also went to called Ford's Garage over there at Premium
Nice.
Outlet. Yeah.
I don't even know them yet.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, it's like they're just using the Ford trademark,
Okay.
and they have like interesting things. Like their sink is made out of like tires and
Oh wow.
and something else, and then their door
Their
handle is made out of
concept,
a
okay.
gasoline nozzle. So that's really interesting. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's just your typical American restaurant.
Have you also seen the new terminal there?
The new terminal?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
What plane did you?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Okay, because I think that new terminal is where all the JetBlue planes are.
Okay.
Terminal C, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, so
Really
they did
cool
renovations
airport.
over there
Yeah,
at
it is.
McCoy, huh?
And I think I've heard that eventually they will open that hub for other airlines. But in the meantime, it's kind of like, I'm not sure if it's still even correct as we speak that it's the dedicated terminal for all JetBlues.
Uh-huh.
But it's a real nice terminal, very convenient.
Yeah. I have a question. Are they building like a light rail around here?
Yes, we actually.
I know they have in like in certain parts, but I wonder if they're like extending it.
I think it's the Bright Line franchise.
Oh, okay.
And then they have this. Of course, there's the Sun Rail.
Yeah, that's the one. I
That
like the
one
most. Yeah.
actually is operational all the way to Miami.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think I've heard that they were having the promotional weekend thing for people who want to try it out, but I don't know if it's still ongoing.
Uh-huh.
Because at one point they were giving the one trip free, and then the other one you have to pay. So in other words, it's not a round trip paid arrangement, but only one part of it. if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because you get to experience going to Miami without even worrying about driving, and you can go back at the same day.
Wow.
Yeah, because they have different routes and time of traveling that's within the day achievable. So
Now, have you ever taken that?
I almost got tempted to doing it, but my schedules won't really allow me. So
Oh.
if I had my way, I would love to try it because,
Uh-huh.
in fact, just to try the Sunrail would be amazing already. An awesome experience.
You know, bro, I still remember when you and Archie visited Chicago. Did you?
Hi, Archie.
Did you learn a lot from that? I mean, did you visited a whole lot over there when you were in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's my first time to have actually explored Chicago, but I went to that popular giant bean.
Oh yeah, the bean.
What do you call it? Jelly
it's,
bean?
it's really called Cloud Gate, but they all
Oh, okay.
dubbed it as the
It's
bean.
more of like a jelly bean. For
Yeah.
me. And then they have very nice artwork in that downtown area. Actually,
Yeah.
nice centerpieces or sculptures.
Yeah.
And then I think the other memory I have with Chicago was when I had to ride the Greyhound bus when we were doing our short summer work stint in Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay.
What state is that?
It's one of the Dakotas, right?
Dakota, yeah. So all the way from South Dakota, we went down back here in Orlando to return to our regular hotel work. And so we would stop by state to state, and Illinois was part of it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I recall seeing a glimpse of the downtown Illinois. And then when that opportunity came to do the what do we call that singles event every year?
Oh my goodness, I forgot now.
So when they hosted it there, that's
It's like a conference,
Conference,
an
yeah,
annual
yeah.
conference.
Yeah, that's when I got more excited because finally I would not just be stopping by downtown, but I'd see the whole of Illinois. You even visited us,
Yeah.
right? In
Just
the
for that,
middle
just
of
for
the
that,
break.
for those few minutes.
Yeah, but we were like confined there, so at least I think after the conference we were allowed to explore downtown before we went back here in Florida. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I believe your hotel was in Rosemont. That's a very nice place, by the way, Rosemont.
yeah, it's very near the airport, I think.
Yeah, and then they had a fashion outlets mall over there.
Right. Yeah, that's why I think I kind of got really entertained with the community there because we were close to that Is that downtown already?
That one?
Yeah.
It's actually a suburb. Rosemont is
Okay.
a suburb, but if you take the train, the subway
Oh.
train that you did, you and Archie did, y'all went to Chicago.
Oh yeah, so that's how we got.
But they're
to
not.
the-
It's not too far. That
Yeah.
suburb is not even far from Chicago
Man, it
itself.
was just too long time ago. That's why it's hard to recall it. But yep, it's very memorable.
Yeah. I hope you come back, get to see more of it. Also explore the suburbs, the other,
Yeah.
mid-sized cities all around the Chicago
I
area.
would love to. I would love to explore more of the U.S. It's just that most of the times I would have to devote it flying back to, the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's a very time-consuming trip. So I just need to gather all my energy every time I do that. So
Yeah.
in fact, I'm going home this Christmas time. Well, not Christmas, but after Christmas, I'm trying
okay.
to fly back home, visit my mom especially. So.
It's
So I'm
nice.
trying to save energy and financially at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. I mean, like, I can never trade any kind of travel with just being able to travel back home. Just to
Yeah.
be with friends and, those nice little spots there that I have yet to discover is really worth the trip.
So I see you're trying to check out into like a beachfront type of property.
Yeah, because
Whoops.
it's kind of like
My bad, folks.
thing. Yeah, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, we all have our dreams. And,
Yeah.
I would love to have a beach house. So we'll see.
Yeah,
It's one of my
I'm
pet
sure you guys
projects.
want to do that too, right?
And plus,
Yeah.
maybe incorporate what I've learned about my passion for cooking. Maybe I would be able to come up with my nice. I'm thinking of maybe to start with a pizza place. So
Oh yeah.
isn't that interesting? A pizza place in a beach area.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. We'll see where it takes us.
So how many years have you been a culinary chef?
So the first job I've had here was they call it houseman,
Uh-huh.
but it's actually setting up for tables and chairs when you have conferences. We call that position as banquet setup. But I was always curious about peeking into the kitchen every time I am in the hotel area. So
Uh-huh.
because before I left the Philippines, I had a short-term course for cooking in the kitchen. So I would always come to the chef and volunteer helping until he finally decided to enlist me for my next contract. So I've come back all the time for the kitchen work, and the rest was history. So up to now, I'm still cooking. In fact, I have a couple of times tried to get out of the kitchen, not because it's getting hot there, but because I'm the type of guy who would always want to explore different things. I get to be interested all of a sudden with other stuff.
Uh-huh.
But then it always draws me back. So I guess it's just really part of my destiny right now. But I know I still want to do things. I still do some other things apart from cooking, if just to try to incorporate them with my lifestyle, how I try to be therapeutic of my stressful moments, like
Yeah.
singing as one of them, and a little bit of blogging too if I get some time.
Yeah.
But not the real big, writing stuff. Just simple contents.
Yeah. Just something to get your day going.
Yeah, I mean it's
You know,
it's
he's inspiring people
you
through
don't
what he's
call it
doing.
a trend. I think it's in the generation
Yeah.
that we move into, because it's now I'm surprised it's not all about the TV networks or the TV stations. You can actually have your own TV channel
Yeah.
just to be in the internet, YouTube. So somehow just being able to do those kind of little projects is some kind of a feat too.
By the way, I'm going to do something interesting right now. I know you guys won't be able to see this, but I'm actually going to take a selfie of myself and Alvin holding our mics.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is one for the books. There you
See,
go.
that's a good thing about you, Janner. You're very instant and creative. I can't find the right words, man.
I think we all.
Creative.
I think we're all good at that.
Robust.
You have your your way, and I have mine, and they're both just great representations.
Yeah, and as I say, in this day and age,
Yeah.
there's really no limit for you to do your ideas, your
Mhm.
talents, and your skills, because everything is just achievable if you are techie enough or
Yeah.
resourceful enough. It's just almost in the top of your hands, right?
Yep. Wow.
How much? more do you have?
We're really there towards the 30-minute mark in like a minute and
Will
a
it
half.
tell you when you're
Yeah.
almost finished?
Look at it. No, it actually we can go over, but usually my episodes doing these video
Well, I
doing
mean, at
these
least you can
doing these
just-
audio podcasts usually is like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to edit out. So
Yeah.
at least try to put together the important discussions we've had already.
Yeah. And sometimes when you do these editing parts, man, sometimes you just leave the best parts out. But I'll try not to with this one. I'm keeping this one.
Or maybe you can do like 2 separate
Yeah.
episodes for it, as you've done before, right? There's parts
Yeah, I
one
think
and
you
two.
and I got to do like a video podcast at some point.
I would love that, man.
I mean, I would even do like a TikTok dance behind you or
How,
something.
like you have what, 3 more days here?
Yeah.
So yeah, I give you my schedule already. So let me know. We'll try to
Okay.
work it.
Yeah.
Because that would be really nice, interesting, and it's always good to have something of a project like that with your very. It's not too often that you go here,
Yeah.
right? But you've always chosen the best part of the year, which is good.
Yeah.
Your
Mm.
heart is really in here, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's always on my mind every single day. Every single day.
One day, you'll be
Yeah.
feeding your podcast from Orlando.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that I'm talking to you right now and that you're still
actually
here,
doing it. Yeah.
it means a lot, man. Just
Oh,
you
thank
being
you.
here, you're still here, and congratulations. By the way, he just turned 50. I forgot to say that
You're
on the podcast,
revealing
but
too much,
yes, congratulations on your 50th.
Actually, I
And
think
he's
that's
still
the-
looking great.
I think that's the byline of my channel.
Uh-huh.
If you see that blog channel that I have, that's the how do you say that mini phrase under the main title, subtitle.
Yeah. Captions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can actually remember how it goes. Like taking off from the previous 49. Let me pull up my channel
Okay.
and see.
Yes. Yeah, we got to do some research here, folks. Yeah. Got to do some researching. Oh, man, you got one of those phones that folds. He has one of those phones that folds. And I
Now
was
that you've mentioned, let me just see because
that is awesome.
okay, view channel. Okay,
Uh-huh.
here's how it says it: take off from the 50 years that was, and on to the next that is.
Oh, wow. Good one.
You
Thanks
wouldn't
for-
know where that came from until you revealed it, man. So that's how I
Uh-huh.
came up with it.
Oh,
Just like how you came up with 2400
2400 block. Uh-huh.
block. Yeah, as you say, as you told me, it's like the address of where you used to
Yeah, that's a certain intersection.
in
that
Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very catchy title.
Yeah. I just remember when I was just a small kid, meeting up with neighbors who are, of course, around my age, kids my age. And we just talk about anything. I mean, there was no internet back then, so we just basically just talk about what we listened to and what we saw on cable television back then. MTV was the thing when it was really music
Man, isn't
videos.
our generation really the most promising one? We're like
Yeah.
into that transitioning time
Yeah.
where we've seen the very it's not prehistoric, but the very beginnings of how technology just kind of flourished, right?
Yes.
Because if you think about how everything is now compact, but we used to have the how do you even floppy disk, and
Yeah.
then came the micro floppy disk.
Uh-huh.
Not to even step back farther from where they had the Betamax and the
Yeah.
VHS, and then the pager, and now you have these flippable phones that you've seen I'm using, and then you show me your drone that's actually built-in hard disk by itself. That's also carrying a movie house in there while it's flying up the sky. Man, it's really amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing what kind of content we come up with, whether it's, a drone or just talking with a guest, and then of course you singing, and then
you see,
doing your
I came
TikTok
over
videos.
Here, we were just gonna be chit chatting, and then it turns out that we're also doing this podcast at the
Yeah.
same time, because to our listeners, we were just trying to do a light conversation when I came over here by the parking lot. Until he decided to show me that he brought his mini studio. I got curious about it. He started putting it out, and then we turned out to have this episode already.
Yeah.
That's running, and with just a little tweak here and there, then you'll get to see and hear us for that special upcoming episode.
Yeah. Just like that, folks, we have an episode, and we are now approaching the 34-minute mark. I want to thank you, Alvin, for being my guest and for putting up with me for 30 minutes.
Scoring for this for the holiday.
Hey,
Acapella.
you can do it a cappella style, man. It's all yours.
I think I remember the lyrics because this is my favorite Christmas song. Because I like your show and your special. Let me sing this for you guys. It's coming up for Christmas. It's called the Christmas Song.
All right.
Chestnut roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
And I'll close it out. Happy holidays to everyone out there.
Don't forget, we still
Coming
have
up.
Thanksgiving. But sorry, I'm just doing this because he'll never be here for Christmas. So
That's true.
he's going to save it for that time. But just the same, happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, and to those in the Philippines, Merry Christmas already because y'all are
see you
celebrating
soon,
it.
guys. Love you all. Love you all. Thank you. God
Yes.
bless.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.